Hi there, my name is Whitney Coop, and today I am going to show you another edition of a Try-A-Trade. So right now we are going to test out our cabinet making and carpentry skills by putting together a storage caddy. So first things first, safety first, is we are going to put on our gloves, our safety gloves, as well as our safety glasses before we get started. Ready to go. So we are going to start today by setting out all of our pieces so that they're ready and easy to use. You can set your handle piece off to the side because we're going to put that in last. And then you're going to take your bottom piece, take a look at both sides and decide which side you think is nicer, and then put that side up facing you because that's the side you're going to be able to see. Then you're going to take your side pieces and you're going to set them on the side as well. You're going to want to do it groove side facing up so that it is easy to fit the bottom piece into the side pieces. All right, so the next step is going to be sanding all of the pieces. So you're going to start by taking your sanding block, and all the pieces that you are going to want to sand is just the edges, the inside and outside edges of all of the side pieces. You're going to sand along the grain. That's kind of an important tip so that it comes out looking really nice. With the bottom piece, you're also going to want to sand the edges so that it can fit quite nicely into these grooves when we put it together. And then on the handle, you're going to want to give this a nice sand too because it's quite rough to start out. So again, you're going to sand along the grain of the wood so that it comes out looking nice and is quite smooth. You'll also want to sand along the edges. And what's a little different with the handle piece is you're also going to sand on the inside along where you would put your hand. So the next step is going to be to do a dry fit with all of the pieces. A dry fit is when we're going to put all the pieces together without using any glue or fasteners or nails, just to ensure all the pieces fit together nicely and give a feel for it before we start putting it together with glue. It's kind of just a practice round. What you're going to do is you're going to take just the corner of the bottom piece and just tip it in to one of the grooves here, and then you're going to just tip it down just like that so that it's fitted in nicely. Then you're going to take one of the smaller side pieces and again fit it into the corner and tip it in. All right, so the next step is going to be to glue together our storage caddy. Practice round is over and it's real now. So you're going to take apart the dry fit that you just put together. You're gonna grab your glue, open it up, and prepare for the gluing. So where you're going to be gluing is just right into the grooves of all of the side pieces, and I'll just demonstrate that for you. You don't need to add in too much glue, otherwise it's going to come out the ends and you'll have to wipe that off. So just a small amount of glue into each of the grooves, and then also you're going to add some glue onto the corners of these edge pieces, the longer ones. So once you've applied all of your glue, you can start the same process that you did with the dry fit and start putting the pieces back together again. Give it a nice hug, and there you go. We've glued it together. Perfect. So our next step and final step is going to be to clamp your storage caddy and then put nails in the edges. We're just going to use the clamps to help keep it in place while the glue is drying. All right, you want to keep the clamps out of the way of where you're going to be nailing. Next, we are going to take some nails, and here I have 3/4 inch finishing nails, and we're going to put the nails into the edges of the storage caddy, kind of along the long edge where the pieces are being held together. All right, so to put in your nails, you're gonna take your nail and bring it just to the edge here so that it's about maybe 1/2 centimeter or so away from the top. You're just gonna hold it in as best as you can, and so we are just going to do that on the top and bottom of all 4 corners. So once you've nailed in all 4 corners, then you're going to nail in where the handle meets the edge piece. And so for this one, again, you'll start at the top and nail it in, just right in the middle so that you can feel and tell that it's going to be actually meeting the handle. And then for the bottom nail meeting the handle ends at the base, so you want to lift it up just a little higher. You don't want to go like 1/2 centimeter away like we did for these pieces. So you want to lift it up to maybe just 1 inch so that you can make sure that it is in fact meeting the handle and fastening that correctly. Once you've removed your clamps, you can go ahead and do a little bit more sanding to finish the job and make it look really nice. Another thing you can do is just sand off the corners so that all of the edges are nice and smooth. And when you're done your sanding, you are going to be done your storage caddy. Great job!